All right, you guys go ahead. Yeah, so Malcolm is doubtful for the game. He didn't participate today. He's obviously going to make the trip, and we'll just continue to use all the time that we do have, but he'll be doubtful for the game. Todd participated in a limited fashion today. We're optimistic that he's going to be able to go. And then Jalen did a nice job, and we're working through figuring out exactly what that looks like, but we're anticipating him playing as well. Those are things that we're still working through. So we're, it'll be good to be able to see, hey, he's feeling good. He's feeling healthy, looks good running around. So, in terms of exactly what that workload looks like and how he fits into the game plan are things that we're working through right now. It was not injury related, so we just wanted to give him a rest day. He's in good shape. He's feeling good. So it was one of those just kind of veteran rest days we gave him. It would be, yep. And then John Kelly would be up as well. We'll go with 3 backs up, so that would be the approach we'd take. Sure. Yeah, he's got a great presence about himself. I think just the way that he handles himself, you can just see he's a really smart football player, understands concepts, understands defensive coverage structures, things like that. I mean, he's been playing for a while. Even though he's a younger guy, he's got a lot of experience in this league, and you just see there's a confidence, there's a swagger, and there's a comfort level with just getting out there and competing with his teammates. It has been such a small sample size, but when you look at guys that just feel like, hey, these are these kind of special type players, it certainly looks like, that's what he is, just the way he's carried himself and handled himself over the last couple of days.
How do you feel like Darryl has bounced back at least through practice?
Yeah, I think he's good. He's got a nice even-keeled demeanor. He doesn't really get too high, get too low. I don't sense that affected him much. I think that's kind of an outlier type play. We just got to focus on the ball, and those are all very fixable things. If you feel like when you play in a game, if there's things that you didn't do at a high level that you're just not capable of doing, to me, that's where some of the anxiety creeps in. But if they're very fixable things, which those are in his case, I think there can be a confidence moving forward and really an excitement about your next opportunity to really to do right. Those are things that we're still working through, but I would say more likely than not, they won't. I would say probably not. Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Before we got here, just the contribution where he made a name for himself on special teams, and then even early on in that first year, and then whenever he got his opportunity to play defense, you could see makes plays. He's just a great football player that just has a knack for making plays, being around the ball at the right time. And certain guys are like that. Corey's been one of those players, and really with every opportunity that he's been given, he's maximized it. He's made us right on those decisions, and he's been a really productive player for us. Yeah, he is quiet. He's reserved, but he's taking everything in. He knows what's going on, but he's a soft-spoken kind of keeps to himself for the most part. But don't let that fool you with the ownership and the mastery that he has on the entirety of what's going on. I think so. I think really, these opportunities provide a chance for you to really see if the things that we preach, are our actions in alignment with that. It's easy to say when you're winning or when everything's going good for you, but when you do face a little bit of that adversity, I think that's when you truly get tested. And you really have a choice in how you respond. I think we've got the right guys, and I think it's a good testament to really, if we have that strong culture that we talk about, there's really nothing we can say. It's just how do we go about our business day in and day out? How do we get guys ready to go that have to step up for some of those voids that we have? And then how do we as coaches keep a positive mindset and mentality with an urgency as we progress, looking forward to our next opportunity to compete? Yeah. You naturally cross paths, and then because I had so many close friends, some that are still on that staff, and then I've gotten to know Dan, kind of just through the mutual connections that we have. Really impressive person. I mean, you talk about a class act. I mean, when we played them in the playoffs a couple years ago, he calls you the next day, and really he kind of epitomizes a lot of the things that are right about a quality leader that stays consistent through the good, through the bad. We have talked about those types of things in terms of how he handled it afterwards, but more than anything, I just respect the consistency at which he leads. You can just see he's a genuinely great guy. And everybody that's worked with him, speaks so highly of him. He's a great football coach too, but I think more importantly, he's a great person. And I think that's what really resonates. And that consistency, I think, is why coaches, players, through the good, through the bad, they're fighting with that guy.
There's a couple more guys. There's a narrative that's been untrue or not that the league has figured out a lot of what you guys are doing and they're adjusting to it. As a coach, how hard is it to stay ahead of those adjustments, anticipate what to look at?
Yeah, it's tough. It's why this league is so competitive. And, really it's about us being productive, game in and game out, looking at ourselves. All right, as coaches, what's our role within the framework of how we end up producing, staying up to date, giving some new different things that maybe are designed to attack what they feel like defensively they're presenting. And at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff really comes down to fundamentals, techniques, the execution, and being able to, do that together collaboratively as a unit. Yeah, I mean, I think he brings a good energy. I mean, we've got such good guys. I think they welcome really all three of the new acquisitions, with open arms. But he does bring an excitement to this team. Guys are excited about playing with him and having him continue to, figure out how he fits in with these guys. But yes, I think guys are excited and they open him with welcome arms, really, both and Austin and Kenny as well. Yeah, it's good to be able to go home. I'll see I'll see my family and things like that. But, really our focus is on, playing a good football game. And I'm just looking forward to the next opportunity that we get a chance to compete. And that's on Sunday against the Falcons. I think it comes at the right time, because we have the bye right afterwards, and to be able to get away and to continue to just focus on, all right, let's build this team. Let's continue to establish what the identity is of the 2019 Rams, and that's things that we're working through. And I think sometimes those breaks that you can have where you kind of have a camp within the framework of a season provides a great opportunity to just kind of naturally bond with the guys, get away, and solely just focus on what's going on with our team. All right, thanks.